Today we will be installing an aFe air intake system on a 2010 Chevy Camaro SS with the 6.2-liter V8 engine. In order to complete this install, you will need these tools. The first step is to remove the air mass sensor harness and pull out the breather line from the air intake tube. Next, we'll loosen both the clamps coming from the throttle body and the stock airbox using our 5/16 nut driver. With the clamps loose, we can now remove the intake tube off of the throttle body and airbox. With our 10mm deep socket and wrench, we can now loosen the two bolts that hold down the stock air intake box. Now we can remove the stock air box along with its front air scoop. Very carefully, we'll use the T20 bit and remove the stock air mass sensor from the stock air intake box. After installing the air mass sensor gasket, carefully place the air mass sensor into the intake tube. Next, use the two supplied screws and carefully screw on the air mass sensor onto the pipe. Now, install the 3-angle adapter into the air filter and tighten the clamp. Next, we'll slide the filter through the housing and we'll tighten them up using the 3 button head screws that were included with the kit. Now the filter and housing are ready to be mounted into the vehicle. We'll slide the front air scoop in first, and then line up the mounts. Now we'll just tighten up the housing using the factory locations. We pre-installed the couplers and the clamps to make the installation easier. Now, align the tube with the throttle body and the housing. Once everything's lined up, you can get the nut driver and start tightening down all the clamps. Now, reconnect the breather tube and the air mass sensor harness. Your install is now complete. The intake system makes up to 10 horsepower at 4,300 RPM and up to 12 pounds of foot torque at 4,000 RPM. It makes 35% more flow over stock and takes about 35 to 40 minutes for installation. What's great is there's no cutting or drilling necessary. You could choose between two medias on this system. There's the Pro Dry S non-oiled filter for maximum convenience, and there's the Pro 5R, which is an oiled filter made for maximum flow.